Have you ever noticed that the moment you walk out of the room, your cockatiel starts screaming? Or worse, she flies after you, lands on the doorframe, and watches you from there? Most owners think it's just clinginess, a cute little habit, but the truth is far more heartbreaking. And if you miss what she's actually doing, you'll lose the most honest bond this bird will ever offer you. Have you ever wondered why your cockatiel can't stand to be in a different room than you? Here's what's really happening. Your cockatiel is not following you because she's bored. She's following you because in her mind, losing sight of you equals death. Research on wild cockatiel behavior in the arid regions of Australia, published through the University of Queensland, showed that these birds live in flocks of dozens, sometimes hundreds, and they never lose visual contact with their group, not for a single minute, not for a single second in the open. Your cockatiel is not clingy. She is a prey animal who has accepted you as her entire flock, and when you disappear into another room, her nervous system reacts the same way it would if the flock just got scattered by a hawk. Think about that for a moment. A bird who weighs 90 grams is choosing, over and over again, to go against every survival instinct her body has, just to stay near you. But stay with me until the end, because there's one specific way she follows you that almost every owner completely misses. And when you learn what it means, you'll never look at her the same way again. Ever wondered why she doesn't just sit quietly and wait for you to come back? Because for a 90-gram prey animal, waiting alone is not safe. In the wild, a cockatiel separated from her flock has maybe 2 hours before a falcon finds her. That's her entire margin of error. So when you step into the kitchen and she screams, she's not being dramatic. She's doing what thousands of years of evolution taught her to do. She's issuing a contact call, a specific, evolved sound designed to locate missing flock members across long distances. Your cockatiel is not screaming at you. She is calling the flock, and the flock is you. Think about what that actually means. Every single time she follows you down the hallway, she is overriding her own fear of new rooms and unfamiliar corners. Because being near you feels safer than being alone. She is not the dramatic one. She is the brave one. And look, if this is changing the way you see your cockatiel, drop a like and subscribe, so we can reach more cockatiel owners who deserve to understand what their bird has been trying to tell them. Have you ever caught her supervising you while you do the dishes? This one always makes me smile, because what looks like pure curiosity is actually flock coordination. In wild cockatiel flocks, every single member has a job. One watches for predators in the sky. One looks for seeds on the ground. One tracks water sources. And they constantly check in with each other using tiny head tilts and soft chirps. So when your cockatiel sits on the counter and watches you wash a plate, she is not being nosy. She is doing her job. She's checking on her flock member, making sure you're okay, making sure the task you're doing is not sending off a signal of danger she should know about. And if you ever talk to her while you're cooking, and she answers back with a little whistle, congratulations, you just had a flock check-in. In her language, you said, "I'm here, everything is fine." And she answered back, "Copy that, I see you." But what if I told you that the way she follows you is also telling you something you may not want to hear? Because not all following is healthy following. There's a difference between a cockatiel who bonds and a cockatiel who panics the second you disappear. The first is bonded. The second is terrified. A study published in the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science found that parrots who show extreme distress during owner separation often develop feather plucking, chronic stress, and shortened lifespans. Now think about that from her perspective. Imagine living every single day, convinced that the only being who makes you feel safe could vanish at any second. No warning, no goodbye, just gone. That is what separation looks like for a bird who sees you as her entire world. And here is the part that hurts. Most owners never notice the difference. They see the following, they see the screaming, and they assume it's love. But underneath, there is a tiny animal burning through her nervous system, just trying to keep you in sight, just trying not to lose the only safe thing she has. Do you close doors behind you without checking where she is? Because this is the exact moment most cockatiel owners accidentally break their bird's trust. When you shut a door and she can no longer see you, her entire reality collapses. She does not understand that rooms exist. She does not know you'll be back in 3 minutes. All she knows is that her flock just vanished into a wall. Remember when I mentioned earlier that there is one specific way she follows you that most owners completely miss? Watch her the next time you walk out of the room. Not while you're leaving, after. Does she freeze on her perch and stare at the exact spot where you disappeared? not moving, not eating, not preening, just watching. That is not waiting. That is vigilance. A prey animal locked in fight or flight, eyes fixed on the last place her flock existed, hoping the flock comes back before something else finds her first. Remember at the very beginning, when I said there is one way she follows you that would change everything? This is it. It is not the flying to your shoulder. It is not the running across the floor when you come home. It is not the screaming from the other room. It is the exact moment she chooses to stop following. The moment she lands on your chest while you're lying on the couch, and she closes her eyes. The moment she tucks one foot up into her feathers, fluffs out her chest, and falls asleep on the softest, most vulnerable part of you. Because in that single moment, she is no longer watching for you. She is no longer tracking you. She has decided that wherever your body is, that is home. And she does not need to see the door anymore. A 90-gram prey animal, who in the wild would never close her eyes in the open, chose to sleep on top of a predator. You. That is not a pet. That is a soul that bet its entire life on you being safe. And she was right. She follows you because she's scared. She stops following because she trusts.